One of the government's primary responsibilities is to protect lives and property. But is that the truth on the ground? This week, we turn the spotlight on Owerri Municipal, asking, is rural security a reality or just a mirage for the people? Welcome to Scorecard. I am Bernard Akede. Let's get the grade.
Well, you asked for it.
And News Central has delivered.
You asked for it.
And News Central has delivered.
You asked for it. And we delivered.
You asked for it.
Now you've got it.
Yes, News Central is live on GoTV Channel 23. Get the latest news and headlines from Nigeria and across the world. With GoTV, News Central gives you major stories and breaking news on politics, business, sports and entertainment at your fingertips. Welcome to fearless reporting like no other. You asked for it. And now you've got it. News Central on GoTV Channel 23.
Owerri Municipal, under the leadership of Honorable Chidebere Emeribe, especially in Area L, World Bank area, was once a quiet residential community. That peace, however, was shattered when criminals began breaking into homes at night, stealing valuables and leaving fear behind. For many families, sleeping with one eye open became the new normal. News Central visited Owerri Municipal to hear directly from the residents who spoke about the lack of government protection and their frightening encounters with the dreaded Tiger-based police group that was supposed to protect their lives and properties. Take a look.
Rural insecurity remains one of the biggest challenges facing communities across Nigeria. From theft to violent attacks, residents are increasingly forced to take responsibility for their own safety. Here in Owerri Municipal local government area of Imo State, some communities say the story is changing thanks to the emergence of local vigilante groups and grassroots security efforts. In this special report, we take you to Area L, World Bank and Amawon, where residents and vigilante members share their experiences, struggles, and the gains of community-driven security initiatives. Area L, World Bank, was once a quiet residential community, but residents say that peace was shattered when criminal elements began invading homes, mostly at night, carting away valuables and leaving fear in their wake. For many families, sleeping with one eye open became the norm. Faced with repeated attacks and what they describe as slow response to distress calls, residents came together to establish a local vigilante group made up of able-bodied youths and supported by community leaders. We spoke with leaders of the vigilante group who say their mission is simple: to protect lives and property.
We had series like 4 to 5 consecutive attacks, and at a time the community says, especially the youths, although we have elderly men as well, but the youths say, no, enough is enough. We cannot be staying in a community in our own place, and all these people will be attacking us and humiliating people as well. Then we now took the bull by the horn. So we now came out as youths. We started the outfits. Actually, then it was just like more normal security watch. We come out by 12. We stay till 5 every day. September 2025, that was when we started fully.
We are really not asking the community to pay, so we look for well-to-do members of the society to ask for help, at least get money to buy sachet water, knives, because we are not using gun. But we pray that government one day will give us the go-ahead to have something like pump action, because sometimes we catch criminals on gun.
According to them, their strategy includes night patrols, intelligence gathering, and close collaboration with community heads. Residents say the impact has been immediate.
For the past how many months now, we have been sleeping like a baby. We have been sleeping fine, no more waking up by 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock till daybreak.
Because security, when these bad boys in Sobu, too much this place. So our youth, they volunteer to guide us. Oh yeah, in Australia now, say government can be going to nyaka because I know some communities in the area, and for people get trained here, nya eja Guinea give me as a community, as a World Bank, community. Let them give us dunya and they happen.
For some residents, the pain of insecurity is deeply personal. One woman in Area L recounted how her home was attacked before the vigilante group was formed.
The thing happened on the 7th of October, around after 2 a.m. Robbers came to my house midnight that night. So when they were struggling to enter, the door did not allow them. They now said, "Madam, come and open the door, or we must enter." So my kids, they are all awake. They started crying, shouting because of the gun, the knife, the cutlass, and the daggers that they saw. The men, they have taken charge. They are trying. They are really doing their best. Every night, they are not sleeping again since that incident.
Beyond local vigilante efforts, residents also spoke about the activities of the Imo State Police Anti-Kidnapping Unit, popularly known as Tiger Base. While acknowledging the unit's role in combating crime, some residents expressed concern over what they described as high-handedness in the course of operations. They advised officers of the unit to adopt a more humane approach and respect the rights of innocent citizens during security operations.
Tiger Base is a slaughter home. Tiger Base has a face of an enemy to society instead of protecting society, the people that make up the society.
I don't think the head of government of Imo State most of the times is aware of what is happening. And also, I don't think most of the times the commissioner is aware of what's happening. But the truth be told, different people have given their different accounts of their ordeal and experiences with the Tiger Base. And for one, the reports some of my clients have given, it's nothing good to tell.
Some of civil matters that will have been handled in the civil way, some of them are brought to Tiger Base. But then, if this is an allegation, those who are spreading this propaganda should have their evidence.
The story is similar in Amawam, another community in Owerri Municipal local government area, where residents say community vigilance has helped reduce crime and restore confidence.
Before they started this security of a thing, we did not sleep we don't used to sleep very well. We would sleep with our eyes open. Immediately it's 12 o'clock, everybody will be awake.
Some couple of months, weeks, there is an insecurity happening in some villages close to the Owerri main town. But I thank God for the kind of security men we have. They are putting effort to make sure that everything is in order.
Residents also took time to assess the performance of the chairman of Owerri Municipal Local Government Area since assuming office.
I don't think there's security in this Owerri Municipal because just this morning as I was going to work, I entered a commercial vehicle and the driver put on a radio. And one of the guys that called in said that his brother was kidnapped right inside Owerri. And he was taken to Ngobal or something by some hoodlums, And these people, according to the guy, that they are not even educated, like small boys carrying guns. I mean, how did we get here?
Because he's working within the state capital. You may not know his achievements. You may not be able to point it out. That does not mean he has not achieved. There's always room for improvement.
I will score him 70% when you talk about Owerri Municipal. It's made up of non-indigenous and indigenous. So there's a lot of work to do.
The security, especially Owerri Municipal, is a very secure place because I'm staying there. My business is there. It's very secure. Aish, 10 over 10.
As communities across Owerri Municipal Local Government area continue to seek lasting solutions to insecurity, local vigilante groups appear to be filling critical gaps. For residents of Area L, World Bank and Amawam, the return of peace is proof that when communities take ownership of the security, meaningful change is possible.
How do we save this country?
You move from the APC to the PDP.
Therefore, listen, I'm still paying teachers in Ondo State. If Olabode Josh should be expelled from the party.
It's an existential imbecility, utter nonsense.
Join me, Dapo Adeboye, on Politics HQ, where Nigeria's political heartbeat is felt. Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. on News Central.
Let's move away from Owerri Municipal and go straight to the guests we have. I have Honorable Speedwell Emeka Onyewotu, who's the convener of Owerri Forward Movement and member of Imo Network Group. Honorable Speedwell, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. From here, we're looking at two sides. We're looking at insecurity in the local government there, and then based on what the people spoke about, there's also the challenge of the security group that was brought in that is doing more than was expected, and slightly there are residents who complain of the high-handedness of the security group. But let's first start from the case of insecurity. Being the fact that the locals are beginning to take charge of their own security, having to stay up at night to ensure that their lives and property are safe, can we then say that the local government, the chairman and the whole local government office is not doing its full job, which is supposed to ensure that the people are safe and secure?
Thank you very much. You know, the issue of security is a very sensitive one. There is a coordinated attempt in Imo State that is really good. Currently, if you check the statistics of the previous years, this is 1 year that there was no record of any incident in the whole state, not just in the region. People came back for Christmas, they went back. There were no record of any incident. The effort of the government in coordinating vigilante groups, the state government just want state vigilante. It's helping the rural communities to coordinate their security. This is yielding results. And you know, security is actually the effort of everyone. Something happened today, and it happened right before me. Somebody pulled an Okada man was a criminal, robbed a POS operator in my presence. And when I rushed to try and intervene, the guy pulled an AK-47 on me. And we couldn't do much to escape. There could be pockets of this kind of crimes here and there. But that doesn't mean that the state is the government is not safe, is not secure. The government is doing very serious coordinated work to reduce crime to the parents.
Okay, Honorable Principal, I'll come back to you in a bit. But before I take my next question, I'd also like to welcome our second guest, who's Akindele Folake Mesura. She's a finance manager, Youth Hub Africa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now, I will come to you in terms of finance. We've been hearing about local government autonomy and how local governments have been receiving funds directly. Do you think that we can say generally that with the funds that have come to, or that is coming to local governments, that from your own perspective, some of these local governments are doing well enough based on the amounts that they are receiving? Or do you think that more can be done now that they are autonomous and they receive their own funding?
Okay, thank you very much. As we are all aware, the local government autonomy just came into place, or it became very effective as at January 2025. And from the look of things, not all states have actually started implementing the autonomous autonomous capacity given to the local government. So as it is now, most states, most local governments are still solely dependent on the state government. And so it's really difficult sometimes for them to take decisions on their own. And even for states that have started giving the local governments, or that the local governments already have autonomy in that regard, the funds that are coming to the local government are still very small. So when the funds are small, it might be a bit difficult for them to be able to really perform very well. However, that is not to say that even with the small funds that they get, the local governments don't need to really play their own part. So I would say that for this administration, we give them kudos for at least making sure that the local government autonomy is implemented, but more still needs to be done, because we need to ensure that these local governments are actually getting the funds, and there should be a way to audit the various local governments to see that they're actually using these funds for what they need to be used for.
All right, thank you so much. Honorable Speedwell, I'd like to come back to you. I'm still on security or insecurity in the state. You've said that the security architecture has actually improved. Do you think that there's more that can be done in terms of involving the locals in the community, that's the people of the community, to aid the local government in further boosting the security architecture, basically?
100%. You know, every crime has a witness. And most times, the people don't know who to call. If there is a way, a coordinated effort to have a common number, I mean, this is or elsewhere in the world, people can call 911 and they have immediate response. Here we have a peculiar situation. There are several numbers that people can't really know who to actually call. And most times, if they call, the intervention doesn't come as fast as possible. But if there are local groups that are working well coordinated, and there are just common numbers that are released to the people, if anybody witnessed crime, they call those numbers. And when they call, there should be immediate intervention to boost confidence of the people to report such things. Crime prevention begins from intelligence studies. And so, there's a lot to be done.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speedwell. Now, one more question I would like to ask you very quickly. Some of the residents who were spoken to by our correspondent complained about the fact that the police group, or the group they are called the Tiger-based police group, that was supposed to be introduced, you know, to help curb issues of insecurity, has started performing acts of high-handedness. There were some people that our correspondent spoke to who said they know people who have been malhandled, basically, by some of these police groups. What can possibly be done, you know, to check the excesses of these groups, such that they take charge of security rather than, you know, affecting the people in the area?
There has to be, I think this, the issue of Tiger-based and the things happening, it's not just Tiger-based. There are a lot of security formations. You have the rogue people that will go rogue and walk outside their job rogue. But if there are no ways of reporting to the Commissioner of Police activities of these people, honestly speaking, most of them don't even have name cards. So every single action of any police officer has to be checked by the people that send them out. If the people report any crime of high-handedness, it has to be thoroughly investigated, because it's the name of the police that is being dragged down. If you just leave it as one of those and you don't investigate it, that thing continues. Remember when we had the SARS issue and the people rose up and complained? That kind of thing should be investigated, and the people should see the result of the investigation, what was done to the officers that were indicted. That will serve as deterrent to others. If nothing is done when there is a complaint and nobody is punished, it will continue. You will keep having such rogue elements in the security agency.
All right, thank you so much. And before we go, I'd like to ask Folake Mesura one last question. You did mention earlier that, you know, it is a known fact that not all local governments or local government chairmen are in total control of the funds that have come to them or that's supposed to come to them. Do you think that now that funding is coming, in your own opinion, should there still be some kind of control or monitoring of the funding coming in, or should it be absolute autonomy such that the local governments at once have their funding and they can do with it as they so please?
Thank you very much. I think in my own opinion, since the autonomy has been granted, they should be given the full autonomy. The only thing is that, to avoid corruption and all of that, there should be measures in place to ensure that the chairmen and the councillors use the funds for what they're actually going to use them for. And the community should also be able to hold their councillors and chairmen accountable. The community members too should be involved in budget making and all of that for the various local governments. So with that, I think we'll be able to achieve a lot rather than it being in the hands of only state governments. And state governments should not be the ones that are choosing the chairman or the chairman, so to say.
All right, Honorable Speedwell and Falake Misura, both my guests, thank you so much for joining us on Scorecard today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, News Central also spoke with the executive chairman of Owerri Municipal, Honorable Chidebere Emeribe, to get his reactions. And here are some of the things that he said while we spoke to him.
For the past 1 year in office, I've been carrying out lots of projects. There are places I've graded, like I have them here listed out. I do fumigation, with municipal quarterly. There are some boreholes I rehabilitated, with municipal. I have some of the communities that I donated a transformer, the ones that I refurbished, the ones that I installed new. We have about 1,800 people that we insured under this health insurance scheme. The municipal here is very peaceful. I don't think there's any security challenge. People are, enjoying the environment. If actually we're having any security threat or whatever, all those things, you won't see us, doing it. You would have faced security. So there is no security threat. Everything is under measure and it has been taken care of. Security is every man's business. You have to start securing yourself first. Every neighborhood here in Owerri Municipal have their own coordination of security. And when they came, because I'm a man who believes so much in securing the lives and property of my people, I said, okay, expanding our security architecture, our security outfit will also help the state, will also help the local government. So when they came here, I gave them advice. I also told them that there are things you have rights to do, and there are things you don't have rights to do. You don't detain, you don't shoot anybody. When you catch a criminal, you hand them over to the police. So, like recently, there's an ongoing, which that one is done, ongoing vigilante training, where His Excellency is handling. Now, every local government is a partaker of it. And that one is being done by the autonomous community you have in your local government. We will start operating. Like here in Owerri Municipal, we have our people, they have gone for training and they are back. We also have our local vigilantes who will also work in synergy with this government recognized vigilante. Likewise, the Else Park you're talking about, they will also work in synergy with these people as one unit. So with that, security threats, all those small criminals that are there will be scrapped out totally. Here in our municipal is well regulated. There is no bush here. There is no hiding place here. The only thing you can do is when you snatch, you run, and you'll be caught. The priority of every government especially this our government, the government of Senator Hope Uzodinma, that we vow to defend our people security-wise. We vow to defend the lives and property of the people here. So I had an extensive closed-door meeting with the security agencies in Owerri Municipal. We have a very thorough check at Douglas. So though it hasn't been easy, but we achieved it. We achieved it by also making sure, even at night, most times you see the Nigerian policemen, patrolling the Douglas area all the time, making sure that there is no crime scene. I'm giving them assurance that all my plans, all my action plans, that I'm going to implement them, and they should give me the support, the solidarity to do more. Like in our language, there's an adage they say, when you make the people proud, you understand, the people should also return in favor. They should also reciprocate back to you. You understand? And also, there are myopic ones in the society, but it will be preferable that the people who are giving you solidarity, who are giving you an unflinching support, are the people larger in number. You understand? Because there are people that even if you build mansion, even if you use knife and cut your throat, they will never say that you've done well. But for me, I know that I've done well for my people, and my people are always saying that. So I want to also tell my people, let them keep supporting the government of the day.
Based on residents' ratings, opinion in Owerri Municipal were clearly mixed. While some scored the chairman really high, others rated his performance a bit low, and some not at all. Now, when the scores are aggregated, Owerri Municipal records about 56.7%. For a community grappling with security, the verdict from the people is pretty much clear. I am Bernard Akede, and this is Scorecard, where every promise gets graded by citizens holding the red pen. See you next week.